Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 2021 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. How will Taurus be affected by the October 2021 full moon? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Great. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Love how your cards are just popping out. These two. There we go. Okay, so before we even start, know that there's going to always be a pull forward during this time because the next full moon on the 19th of November is in Taurus and it's a lunar eclipse. And as I was shuffling and meditating upon the cards, there's this sense, there's this pull to bring you forward. And so we're going to be feeling this pull during this time. We're going to be feeling like, okay, well, I should be doing something next. I should be doing something next. And the energy of Aries that's here, because this full moon is in Aries, and the Mars energy and the Pluto energy, it doesn't really help to make this calm. We're always going to be feeling like I should be moving on to the next thing. So do be mindful of that. Now, at the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. Let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Chariot and we have the Hangman. If we have Cancer energy in our natal chart, that comes through very powerfully at our root. We then have the Goddess of Air, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we are born on the cusp with Gemini, this is even, oh, that's interesting. It's even a very strong Libra energy because we're in the Libra time frame, right? So we're going to have this very strong energy towards balance, but also this very strong energy towards communication, towards insight, towards ideas. So this can be a time where we really feel like we need to talk, or we really need to talk certain things out. We can actually feel apprehensive. Okay, so some of us, Taurus, are going to feel apprehensive about being able to talk. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so silly. I don't know why I'm feeling this way. If we talk to somebody who is an expert or somebody who is a spiritual advisor or, a therapist or whomever, to let out these issues and to really kind of get things in order. But I would see somebody more spiritual during this time would be highly beneficial. Okay. And we have the Two of Water. That's beautiful. Unity and love. And the Seven of Air. We're heading in a new direction. Not one that we had originally thought we'd be heading in, but it's definitely a new direction. And we're really okay with that. We then have the Knight of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Ace of Wands. So during this time, we have a very strong pull towards this Aries new this Aries full moon, and also the Mars energy, because Aries is ruled by Mars. And so there is going to be this energy that's moving us forward. It's going to be a defending energy. We can find that emotionally we're not as opened as maybe we would want to be, or we can be a little bit quick to anger, a little bit sharp during this time. We have the Hangman coming through twice. We don't see things the same way as everybody else. We're actually heading on in a different direction than the one that we had thought we would be heading on. And there is this sense of opening up a door, very much so, opening up a path. Temperance is coming in. That Sagittarius energy is leading us forward, is gaining us insight and harmony. The King of Wands, so we have the Knight here, right, and the Ace. So we are defending, we are growing, we are becoming. But in the public arena, we use this Aries energy like a pro. Okay, there is a sense of us being this warrior, us being determined, us being focused, us being insightful, and it's in a way that might even kind of surprise us how on point we are. So do be mindful of that, because we can tend to get a little bit arrogant. It's kind of like, okay, I'm winning. I don't have to try as hard. And Spirit's saying, oh no, right when you think that, that's when things are going to go pear-shaped. So let's see the energy that we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And that's the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is us. We have to be mindful of maybe getting a little bit too cocky about certain things. We have to be mindful of having everything be aligned to money, be aligned to an idea of success, or an I'll prove to you I can be successful, or I'll show you. So that's going to be something that's very powerful during this time, the sense of, I'm opening up the door to me. I'm opening up the door to what I need. We're also going to feel like we're going to have to prove something to somebody. And this is an authoritative figure. Now, it can be a father figure, or a father figure, or a partner who has very masculine energy to them. And it was a former partner, or somebody we were divorced from, or something to that effect, where it's going to be like, I'll show you. And the fact of the matter is, they don't care. They would like to see you fall flat on your face, because that's just the type of person they are, but they don't care as much as you do. So don't give them that energy. It just feeds them in some weird way. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. It's determination. Now, this is the solar plexus chakra. Our gut is determined that we move forward. Our gut is determined that we get to the place that we want to be, that we embrace what we desire. It can feel like for so long we've swum upstream. And that's where this different insight, this different understanding is coming from, because we've gone against the current. We've gone against the ideas and the ideals. And now, maybe not so much the ideals. No, it is true. Because there is this sense here of like, I've fought so hard, and so much that I've had to put up with wasn't ideal, wasn't what everybody said it should be, or wasn't what, everybody thought it was. And so here, emotionally, I'm still moving towards my goals and my desires and that place that I need to be. It brings us to this time astrologically, which brings into focus, always with the full moon on the 20th of October, it brings into focus home, family, and close relationships. For the next 2 weeks, or for at least the next 2 weeks, the energies of what's most important to us, the energy of kind of where we hang our hat and what we love and what we desire, that guides us. Now, opposing energies come into play during the full moon and become our focus. So we're going to feel here that we're out of balance. We're going to feel that like the opposing energy drains us, and we're going to think, I have to fix it right away. And that's going to be a mistake. It's kind of like looking at the differing energies and the energy of balance that is needed inwardly, emotionally, to acknowledge where things are off kilter, but understand that we cannot fix it right away. And maybe with some of this energy, we cannot fix it at all. That we have to acknowledge what's happening and not let it drain us, because it can easily become an energy drain. This is a sacred moon in many cultures because it coincides with the beginning of the hunting season and the preparation for winter if you're in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the moon that brings forward, that helps usher in the lushness of summer. So this is going to be a time of intense change, but also in preparation for the next to come. So it can be the enjoyment of the sun if we're in the southern hemisphere. If we're in the northern hemisphere, it's the sense of kind of hunkering in and hunkering down to the enjoyment and the understanding of winter and introspection and Spirit saying here self-care. Now the full moon in Aries is opposite Mars, which is the god of war, and Pluto, which is the god of death. Don't decide things too quickly during this time, but again, we have that energy of I need to fix things right away. I need to rush forward. I need to make things happen, and that impulsiveness is going to lead us to regret. So just to understand that if we act too quickly, or if we just get frustrated and say, that's it, I'm going, that's going to be where we start to regret things. And that's going to be where our long-term goals can start to fray at the edge. The full moon opposite Mars gives us the strongest need to have our desires fulfilled. And we are driven by passion. I mean, we're absolutely driven by our passion, by our, our focus, our insight. It's really led by our heart here. And our heart seems to be seeing things differently than it has been before. And we're calling forward different energy, powerful insights. But we have to be careful about moodiness, impulsiveness, and anger getting the better of us and making it so that, again, our goals just feel further and further away. We are more emotional than we are rational. And we can see that this moon really rules our hearts during this time. So just being mindful of that, just being mindful of the earth sign energy that makes us want to kind of like do spreadsheets and have everything planned out in a very certain succinct, way, that's going to be something that we need to acknowledge. And then that's going to be something that we say, okay, well, here I'm going to go more towards passion. I'm going to go towards more of what my heart is saying to me. And that's okay. We can have times like this, just opening ourselves up to it. For the best results from this moon, we need to release negativity and embrace the higher energy vibration, because anger during this time can eat us up alive. It just really, really can. And what we need to see is we need to take that anger, the thing that we want to focus on, the thing that we've been frustrated with, and make it into our drive. Make it into that kind of laser focus that moves us forward. This moon finds us acting towards our greater goals and our greater good while incorporating our passion. The full moon is squared Pluto, which has deeply buried negative energy coming to the surface. All right, feelings of inadequacy, feelings of doubt, feelings of fear, all this toxicity is starting to rise. But what we need to be aware of is that if we don't look at this toxicity, right? If we don't look at this and we keep on moving forward and keep on, forcing a smile on our face and saying everything is great, this can become debilitating. This can become completely overwhelming. But if we acknowledge this, and again, connecting with a spiritual advisor, connecting with somebody who understands the spiritual power of it, all of a sudden, this can be a profoundly cathartic time. This could be a time where the thing that has been coming up and playing time and time again within our mind starts to cleanse us, starts to heal us. Mars is squared Pluto, and this brings a strong drive towards success, but also an increase in our desire to win through control, ruthlessness, jealousy, and underhandedness. So that we're going to have to check that. We're going to have to check that before it wrecks us. And so during this time, our egos really come into play in a very big way. And so does everybody's ego. So we have to just acknowledge that and acknowledge our own ego, acknowledge our own drive, acknowledge that we want to win almost at any cost, and then step back from it. Because if we don't step back from it, we're going to be drawn into dramas. We're going to be drawn into, feuds. We're going to just have things blow up in our face, and it'll take our goals and it'll just throw them out the window. So again, be mindful of this. The full moon in Aries is most closely aligned with the fixed star Alphurg, yeah, and that is also known as Eta Piscium. This star is of the nature of Saturn and Jupiter, and it makes us prepared, it makes us determined, and it brings us success. It makes us highly successful. So the star is really, really great. The star also rules the pineal gland, which influences spirituality and has us developing this sense of the spiritual. That becomes very important to us. That becomes very sacred. That's why the spiritual alignment during this time is so important. Nothing that happens with a Saturn-Jupiter connection is on a small scale. It's all on a bigger scale, all on a more profound scale. Alphurg is also a star of mystery. It's a star of alignment with the powerful understanding of the spiritual, of the mysticism in life. And we're going to be very drawn to this. Now, we also have to be mindful not to be drawn to the unsavory aspects of mysticism, or, it's kind of like cults and, severe dogma that can be hurtful to us instead of helping us grow. So do be aware of that. The Chariot here is saying, I'm moving forward with my heart. I'm moving forward with what I desire. I'm moving forward with my love really being a powerful aspect of me. And as my heart guides me, as my heart leads me, as my heart is a part of me, I embrace passion and soul and insight and ideas. And I move forward towards love and where I need to be and what is right for me. And this becomes a time of championship. This becomes a time of love. This becomes a time of connection. If we disconnect from our hearts, we disconnect from everything that we are during this time. And it leads us to the Hangman. Our hearts are starting to see things differently. We're starting to see things differently. We've been seeing things differently for a really long time. We could be thinking, oh my gosh, I'm wrong. And now we're starting to see, oh no, this is exactly where my heart needs to be. This is exactly what my passion, desires of me. We are at first, and again, it's going to come up because we're just going to be different. And we're going to think, oh, why can't I be like everybody else? And Spirit is saying here, everybody else is highly overrated. Be like you. Let you shine through. Let your passion, let your insight, let your ideas come forward. We're almost going to say that, like, wherever the wind takes me, we can find ourselves saying that a lot, or a saying that kind of aligns to that. Like, wherever I end up is where I'm supposed to be. We can find ourselves leaving things to chance a little bit to see what happens. The Seven of Air here is saying we're going to be heading in a different direction than we thought, but we have to be very mindful of what we're carrying with us and how much it is weighing us down. We have to be very mindful of what we're holding on from the past, and this can be from like years upon years ago. That is going to still be our touchstone, our basis, like the one thing that we look to that says, okay, this is my basis. This is my understanding. This is what guides me. This is what leads me. This is what makes me. And it's something that is rather negative. It's something that has been rather overwhelming. It can be a severe hurt, pain, disappointment, grief that has happened. And we have to look at it and say, you're not my ruling factor anymore. And I get to move forward in a more profoundly me way. It moves us to the Two of Cups, love, understanding, connection, this sense of unity through caring, through seeing, through calm. And that's going to be really important. We're going to have a tendency to get really wild up again about things. Everybody is during this time. And this is going to be a time where it's like, no, step back. Step back and embrace your heart. Step back and embrace your love. Step back and embrace what your emotions guide you to, because the goddess of air, the way that we're, embracing our words, the way that we're moving things forward, the way that things are being manipulated and seen and understood, they're starting to change everything. They're starting to change us in a profound way. We're starting to see the web that we've woven. We're starting to see the insights that we have. We're starting to see the ideas that guide us. And it's leading us to this moon being a force of defending our hearts, defending our insights, defending our ideas, defending where we need to be, defending where we want to be. And this moon almost makes us, no, not almost, this moon makes us brave. It makes us brave because we start to see things differently. It makes us brave because we start to say, why not? Why not go after it? Why not embrace it? Why not, move forward? Because God, Source, Spirit, however we see the divine, the universe, is handing us a gift of passion, of insight, of creativity, of, broadening our horizons, opening up our ideas, having us embrace life in a different way, but also in that way that says, what lights your heart on fire? What brings you joy? What opens up the door? What opens up your heart? And we feel like we're walking almost between two worlds, and it's the world of the spiritual and it's the world of the earthly. And Taurus, what most people don't understand about us is that we can feel that way kind of often, as if we walk between two existences. And we want everything to be practical, but we also need to embrace this sensual, beautiful aspect and power of ourselves. And it brings us here to this greater understanding of balance in the waking world, on the earthly plane. It's like, okay, what's balancing me? What's guiding me forward? What do I need to know? What do I need to release? Where do I need to be? Where don't I need to be anymore? Temperance comes in. And it's a sense of what is the harmonizing aspect of me? What leads me forward? What gets me to where I need to be? What is my heart? What is my passion? What is my soul? What is myself? The King of Wands is the sense of action. Now is the time to go after what we want. Now is the time to let ourselves kind of puff up with passion and insight and ideas and determination and focus and greater understanding. We're not living for anybody else anymore. And it's not that we're living to prove anybody wrong, but we're living for the joy of our soul and the joy of our heart to move us forward. We're living to embrace this time, and this time makes us feel like a king. It makes us feel like, yes, we have a lot of responsibility on our shoulders. It can also make us feel like I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this. I was kind of like thrust into this, which we are in life. We're thrust into the responsibilities that we have a lot of the times. But I am mighty. I am powerful. And what I say has weight and gravitas to it. And that's really cool. We find action through harmony. And that sets us free. It moves us to our Luna message. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, goodness. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So at our root, we have protection. Be bold and make the first move. You are protected. It's like there's protection from this moon. So be bold and make the first move. Go after what it is that you want. In our inner self, pleasure. You're very close to achieving your goals. And it's a time to embrace pleasure. It's a time to let the joy and the expression and the power, the sensuality into our hearts, into our souls to guide us forward. You're very close to achieving your goals. You're almost there. And that's where things can get frustrating because we can feel like, well, aren't I supposed to be there by now? Like, things are supposed to be different, changing, powerful, moving me forward. And Spirit's saying, like, embrace the pleasure, embrace the fact that we just have a little bit more to go. It moves us then to our subconscious, not our subconscious, our Luna emotional self, wisdom. Don't let pride get in the way. And that's just wisdom, right? To not let our pride, not let our ego take over. It moves us to our subconscious public arena self, fear. Confidence is the key to success. So we're going to have a little bit of a problem differentiating pride from confidence. And we're going to think, am I being prideful or am I being confident? Am I being ego-driven or am I just knowing my own worth? That's going to be something that we need to kind of unravel. And what Spirit is saying here is that we have this fear of fully embracing who we are. We have this fear of completely stepping into our own worth, our own power, our own possibility. Now, we might not know that we're afraid of this. We might not see it as a fear, but we can see it as, being overwhelmed or doubting or, whatever. But what we're going to find is that during this time, as we chip away of doubts, as we chip away from a lot of things that have been the cage that is around us, have been, locking us down and holding us back and keeping us from the place that we want to be, we're going to start to find that pride is based out of fear. And confidence is based from love. And that's going to be the way that we can tell a difference between the two. The subconscious Luna message for this time is purity. Hold your vision. So there's purity in holding to your vision, holding to what you want and what you dream of and what is powerfully a part of you. The subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Princess of Cups, is this sense of emotional manipulation, of the heart not fully knowing what it wants. And we can be dealing with a lot of people like this. Their heart doesn't know what they want. They want everything, and they want to sacrifice nothing. And this is going to be a time where we find that energy to be very complicated and hard to deal with. Our subconscious chakra energy is personal power. This is the solar plexus chakra. This is a sense of, I am starting to see my power. I am starting to embrace my understanding. I am moving forward in my personal power, and I'm not letting myself be defined by other people. Our solar plexus, our gut reaction to things during this time, so important. Our subconscious rooted self is the mage, the magician. As above, so below. As we believe it, so it becomes. That's important to remember. Our minds have a powerful reaction and have a powerful impact on our present, what we are believing, what we are seeing, what we are understanding, the way that we're coming forward to our elemental gifts, the way we are rooted to this world, the way that we voice our opinions, our emotional connection to our loved ones and to ourselves, and also our passion, our fire. These are all things that are important, and yet we can underplay and downsize or downgrade because we don't understand, or we're not fully seeing the worth of us. Our subconscious inner self is the Great Mother. Now, the Great Mother is equivalent to the moon in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So the moon is coming forward. It's birthing forward life. It's, this protective mama bear energy. And this moon is saying to us, I have you. I'm protecting you. That's what we have at our roots. Protection. Be bold and make the first move. Be bold as you are protected, as you are guided. Now, don't be foolish. This is something Spirit wants to make very clear. Don't say, oh, I'm protected, I can do anything. No, it's like, embrace your love, embrace your passion, embrace yourself, embrace your desire, and move forward in that knowledge. And don't be rash, because again, remember, moodiness, impulsiveness, and anger are going to be circling around us during this time, going to be trying to corrupt us. So do be mindful of that. But we are birthing forward something really quite beautiful, and we're able to nurture what we are creating, what we are birthing into this world. Our subconscious emotional self is the Strength card. Now, this is Leo energy. Now, it's interesting because we have the Leo full moon coming up. There's a strong connection to Leo, strong connection in moving forward in strength and determination. And also, what were enemies become allies. There's something here. Now, we don't have to try and befriend everybody, right? But what we're being told here is coming to things with our ego kind of set aside, and with mutual understanding, kind of dot your I's, cross your T's, get everything all set up, be smart about it. But now move forward in compassion, now move forward in strength of love, strength of emotion, strength of healing. And that will start to change the game for us. Our subconscious public arena is the Two of Pentacles. Ambition, yes, but also, what are we balancing, and are we balancing it well? Are we, balancing everything and yet then feeling like we've just forgotten ourselves, like we've sacrificed everything for everybody else, and we forget us? Now it is the time to remember our balance, our truth, our understanding, our harmony. All right. Okay, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the beauty and the intensity of this full moon. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus, and may you have a blessed moon.